Hey guys, what's up? I'm in my hotel room at the Trump Taj Mahal in Atlantic City, New Jersey, getting ready for DJ Expo 2013. Chilling out in my room thinking, wow, you know what? Maybe I should be productive. So I'm going to shoot a quick video tonight. Maybe I'll do a few more while I'm here, just in the room. I've had people ask me about dinner and cocktail music. What is good to play? What do you recommend? I'm going to throw some things out there and some ideas and just some things to think about. And please feel free to interject your thoughts and comments in the comment section as well. So I posted this on Facebook. I'm curious, what are other people doing? So, a lot of the responses were non-specific. Well, smooth jazz or big band, or some people would just simply say, look, I look at dinner and cocktail as two separate events, and I program them different. And they should sound different, but there are a few things you want to achieve with dinner and cocktail music. Number one, you want to provide some nice background music. Number two, you don't want to put anybody to sleep. Number three, you don't want to make people dance. So let's go through that. Background music, like you're hearing in the store, it's happening, it's playing, it kind of puts you in the mood, but it's not, like out there right in front, loud and blaring. You're shopping, you're doing things. In this case, you're having conversation, kind of like when you go to a restaurant, they're playing music. You're talking to your friends or your family. You're not necessarily sitting there jamming to tunes. I do, I'm weird, but most people don't. Now, sleepy, you don't want to do that. A lot of people do some real mellow jazz, or they'll do like Nat King Cole and things like that. To me, that's almost too mellow. Now, I'll do the pop standards if they ask, and I'll get to that in a minute, but for the most part, I like to keep it more up-tempo. And you don't want them to dance. Well, why not? Well, because for me anyway, when it's time to dance, I want to kind of be in control of that. For instance, with a wedding reception, I would love the bride and groom to be the people who are the first ones to dance that evening. I don't want to have a bunch of people dancing to cocktail music or dinner music, before the bride and groom are able to have their first dance of the evening, which should be the opening to the dance, and then we can play stuff they can dance to. Chair dancing, that's totally different. If they're bobbing their heads in their chairs, excellent. I love it. So what don't I like to play? I don't like to do Frank Sinatra and big band music so much. The Harry Connick Jr., the Michael Bublé, it's not so bad, but the catalogs aren't huge, and you don't want an evening of Michael Bublé. I don't think anyone wants that. Not even Michael Bublé wants that. So, like, Sinatra I have an issue with because of what we call crescendo. That's when it's really quiet, and then it gets loud. For instance, here, give this a listen. It's nice and mellow, at a nice little volume. That would sound great. Or maybe you got to bring it up a little bit because it's so quiet. Then those horns kick in. Even if grandma knows the song really well, it could give her a heart attack. What I opt for are things more like smooth jazz. Here's an example of smooth jazz. It's an artist called Eugene Kay. It's not sleepy music. It's up-tempo. It's got a nice backbeat to it. There is some smooth jazz. It's real quiet and mellow. I don't like to play that so much. This is more chill stuff, and I think that's perfect for either dinner or cocktail. I don't like to do vocal smooth jazz, and you get a lot of this on Top Hits USA and Prime Cuts from TM Studios. A lot of the smooth jazz comes through, but I always listen to it. When I do vocals in songs, I don't want to get the wrong song played where people are talking about breaking up or something in a wedding. It's just a weird thing with me. So here's another option. Let's say that you have a lot of people who like, rock and roll or something, and they're requesting things that no one's going to dance to, but you still might want to play their songs. And again, just to see if people are paying attention, check this out. This is Vitamin String Quartet. This is Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit by the Vitamin String Quartet. They do all kinds of stuff. They do, you name the artist, they do a string quartet version of it. It's perfect for dinner or cocktails. It sets the mood, and it's kind of fun because it's contemporary music that people are familiar with. Here it goes. So that's kind of fun. Another one that's kind of fun, and use your discretion on this, I do it. But this is an artist by the name of Richard Cheese. It's loungy, but he does loungy versions of all kinds of stuff. You got to be careful. He's got some explicit lyrics in some of his songs, but he does "Baby Got Back," which is right here. It's very funny. Most people don't hear it. It's just background. It's subliminal, but others catch on, and you'll see a table just busting up laughing. So Richard Cheese is kind of fun. He's got a couple songs that work real well. Check out his Sunny Side of the Moon, I believe is the album. There's an edited version of the album. However, they do bleep all the bad words. So you just try to find the songs that aren't don't have any bad words in them at all, and you can have fun with Richard Cheese. Now, if you want to go a little more up-tempo, which I like to do as we get closer to dancing, after dinner or cocktails, whichever we're doing, this is Paul Hardcastle. This track's called Rainforest. It's an old track from like 83, 84. And it could be considered almost a dance track. But I like to play this tune. It really wakes people up. I turn it up a little bit while I'm adjusting my lights, maybe as the lights are dimming before I do a first dance. Been doing this track for probably, more than 10 years. I'm big on Rainforest. It's a good track. Again, the artist is Paul Hardcastle. He does a lot of good smooth jazz tracks. Same guy who did that song 19. If you remember that, no, 19. In Vietnam, he was 19. That was Paul Hardcastle, but he's a big smooth jazz artist. Now, alternately, and you can mix these in, and I do, I mix it up. You can do things like this that are familiar and fun. Pop songs that maybe somebody my mother's age would really enjoy hearing. You could never dance to it. It's appropriate for a wedding. Wavy Davy B gave me this idea. He played a few of these from the 70s that were so cool. And this is Love Will Keep Us Together by Captain and Tennille. I've been throwing that one in a lot, and believe me, there's a certain age group, probably I would say maybe between 45 and 70, when they hear this kind of stuff, they just perk right up and they're dancing in their chairs. You can also do Neil Diamond tracks, you can do Barry Manilow tracks. You get a lot of people saying things like, play some Zeppelin, dude. And you can't always do that for dancing and get away with it. However, there's a Zeppelin tune or two that you probably could play during dinner. This is All My Love off of In Through the Outdoor. Appropriate for a wedding. And I'll throw this into the mix. So that's one that I like to do. Now, another one that's kind of cool to do, and lyrics aside, it's just a cool tune, people know it, is Money by Pink Floyd. I love doing this for cocktails. People know it. People who are into Pink Floyd are like, wow, this DJ's playing Pink Floyd. Intermingled with all this other stuff that we're jamming. So that's cool. Now, if you want to go more up-tempo with your cocktails, stuff like this, kind of like what we did before with Paul Hardcastle. This track's called American Dream by Jakarta. Came out, oh boy, I don't know, probably a little over 10 years ago. Kind of a housey, down-tempo track almost, but very cool. I'll do this one. And believe it or not, the other one I do a lot is Classic Dreams by JD. And this is like one of the biggest club songs ever. I will play this after dinner, before dancing. I'll do it during cocktails. If you know club music, it makes you look really cool. And this goes way back. This goes back to, I think, 90 or 91. And if you don't know it, it's peppy. It puts you in the mood. It's kind of like intermission music, almost high-energy intermission music, if you will. But there are some thoughts on dinner cocktail music. Of course, you want to create, whatever unique mood you're looking to create. You want to keep them awake. I think it is good to program different for dinner than you do cocktails, so it doesn't all sound the same. But there are some of my ideas. Practice and enjoy.